Click here to explore. The wow starts again. Check out the new Windows Live Spaces remake now in open beta. Retro site list. Here's a couple of sites that can work on old browsers. Latest retro site on the list. The Retro Web, modern browser required. Attention! Safari can't open the page. This site is basically a Wikipedia for old hardware. Now check out useful Git projects via the Git links page. Welcome to the Retro Network. A feed containing links to various Git projects that help retro computers and hardware. Not pipe, Android 1.5 YouTube client. YouTube client for old versions of Android devices using the NVIDIA's YT2009 and YT API Legacy API apostrophes, tested on my Samsung SM-T110 tablet. Confirmed to work as of 2026-05-21. Normally I wouldn't include non-Git projects, but this one is so special and obscure it has to be included. Jackson SIMP2 is server software that allows users to watch YouTube videos with a simple HTML and HTTP interface. It says it can work on MS-DOS using the Aratan browser and YT2009 front-end. A fairly accurate 2009 YouTube front-end. Also includes a functional mobile version and YouTube lean-back pages. DOS web browser for 8088 class machines. Simple web RSS aggregator based on Frog Find for retro computers. Live demo is at http:// a way to get content from YouTube videos in really old computers. YouTube parser for slow computers. Browser Vice. Browse the modern web on historical browsers. Browser Vice. Web rendering proxy. Use vintage, historical, legacy browsers on modern web. Web rendering proxy. http://1.x. Proxy that makes old web browsers usable again in the Web 2 world. Web 1. http://1.x. This project tries to help alter the modern internet to work on really old computers and systems. This link has been officially authorized by the official creator of this project. Reuse Slingbox hardware without Slingbox servers. created by former YouTuber Kuji. Razorback is dead. It has been killed by Twitter. For links. Fun fact. This website inspired me to create this one. The world's largest repository of Retro J2. A Web 1 search engine. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. Uses Flash. Are you tired of this new internet yet? Time to get the old net. The search engine for vintage computers. Avast and AVG users, be aware that they may block the site due to false response. Old_A Vista, the most powerful guide to the old internet. Headlines from the future, Google News Proxy. Site defunct, domain expired. A site that contains some useful HTML for widgets like an RSS feed widget. Requires TLS 1.2. It even shows you the direct stream link of the radio station if available, so you can avoid the bloated HTML5 player. It's YouTube but without the bloat. It even works on Internet Explorer 8. New optional HTTP only version at. Site defunct, domain expired. Comprehensive JavaScript tutorials and over 400 free scripts. Contains Google Ads. A WYSIWYG CSS editor. Requires at least FIREFOX3 or equivalent. Your servant in the cyber world. Users of Windows 7 and over will have to install Double Agent, an internet time capsule containing lots of forgotten software from the early to late 2000s. Due to Microsoft removing support for agent characters. It seems that the host provider has an internet time capsule containing lots of forgotten software from the early to late 2000s. It seems that the host provider has shut it down, so it was fun while it lasted. RIP. FYXM.net 2004 to 2024. Ever wanted to create a 90s banner ad? Well, addesigner.com has got you covered. Node ad blocker must be turned off in order for the site to work. An abandonware archive, dedicated in particular to supporting the Macintosh computer platform. Site defunct, UKNOWN fate. A very useful MIDI search engine. It can even search for karaoke songs. Home of 1000 Flash, Java and Shockwave, requires an XHTML1 browser. Home of 1000 Flash, Java and Shockwave games. Link shortening service for your vintage PC. It even works on Windows 95 and newer. This site is a proud member of a community-run resource to help you fix the Windows Update service on earlier versions of Windows. An alternate DNS server for vintage retro computers. Main info site requires HTTPS in modern browser. Bringing back the information superhighway. Retro Network is now on PROTOWEB. For setup instructions. a web TV internet service revival project with Pro2 web support. YouTube front-end downloader that allows pretty old systems to browse and watch YouTube videos using the MPEG-1 video codec. Click the button below for setup instructions. Click the world's largest collection of interval signals, signature tunes, air checks and identification announcements from radio stations around the world. It's even larger than all the shortwave content on YouTube. And because of this the internal search is broken. It's because of Google. Somehow it now forces HTTPS 1.3. And because of this the internal search is broken. It's because of Google, Chrome and other modern browsers. Screw HTML5 and HTTPS. A personal shortwave listener's huge shortwave schedule. From Wiesbaden, Germany. Site is in German and English. An retro streaming site hosting classic YouTube content that is viewable on old computers. It is created by one of the founding members of Pro2 Web. Content focused on years 2005-2006. To connect to Pro2 Web, Retro Network is proud to be part of the Pro2 Web Pass. Windows Update Restored is a community-based project aimed at restoring the old Windows Update websites for Windows 95, NT4, 98, ME, 2000 and XP. Retro Network is proud to be part of the Pro2 Web Pass-Through service. Note: Avast and AVG users might have to exclude this site from webs held because it is on its blacklist. Channel 99 is an NSV stream, an early form of online streaming video. Website is back online with a new domain. What started as a BlackBerry archive now turned into a BlackBerry revival project. The Lunar Project is a preservation effort on the www for BlackBerry software and services. They now host services for BlackBerry devices such as retro.directory. Is similar in Retro Network, but what sets it apart is that it can get directions. To various retro-related places as well as online sites. This has a lot of potential since before this service, it was difficult to find retro-related places online. S60 Tube was specially made to target Nokia phones running the S60 software like the Nokia N95. However, it will also work on other mobile phones devices that can play period 3GP like BlackBerry OS and some J2ME phones. This site is basically a Wikipedia for old hardware. It shows the specs, release date and other info about the hardware. It made it onto this list because it also offers driver downloads for select hardware. Sorry, modern browsers only. It uses HTTPS and HTML5. If you want to install the drivers from this site, make sure you have a network share or spare writable CDs handy. Retro Network HTML4. Retro Site List.